Good evening. Happy Friday. How's it going? We are going to be playing some Vintage Story today. As per somewhat the usual. It's currently March year 8 on our little save here. Currently trying to cook up some food. That'll hopefully last us a little while. Picking up some carrots that were from last season. Since it's March, it's kind of the beginning of the planting season for us here as the snow begins to melt. Temperatures kind of hovering around that low, just below freezing. So let us think about that. Hey, James. Not much going on, really, you know. Just been playing some games. Been hopping into some Vintage Story today, so. We got 6 kilns going at the moment for some raw red bricks. So we can finish the floor in the kitchen. Hopefully today. And that's bugged. All I gotta do is kind of move away from here and have the chunk reload. Can't do that until we're done with our vegetable soup, though. Creating 16 servings at once takes a little while. But yeah, between streams, I went ahead and did a little bit more detailing in the kitchen. Fired up some more bricks, and I am actually putting the bricks down on the floor right now. So half the block is wood and the other half is brick. So if we still go downstairs, all this brick is essentially sitting on top of the wooden subfloor here. Main reason is I feel like kitchens and eating areas should kind of have a stone floor. It's easier to clean and wash in these type of environments. I didn't want to have everything be this uneven, kind of large red clay brick. And so I ended up having a pattern barrier kind of thrown in here with these even bonds. And then went with these normal bricks elsewhere. So it's looking pretty good. I need to fire some more bricks, and that's what we're doing now to kind of finish replacing the wood surfacing. And I'll have to work on getting this entrance kind of flushed out at some point too. And then of course the new storage areas down here for vegetables. Ooh, hey Jeff. How's it going, buddy? Something we'll have to do today is start laying out the rooms of the storage for the castle. So the larder's all the way down there. And normally your keep would have the larder just on like the first floor as well. But instead of it being for food storage, this is where all the actual storage is going to go. So this whole first floor kind of area is going to be bulk storage, chests, crates, and things. And then we're going to have a kind of wooden staircase, boop, 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 that will hopefully be good and used to get up into these upper areas and the servants' quarters and things. That's the hope. In fact, it might end up going here, that staircase. Unsure. We'll have to figure that out. Alright, let's go grab 4 Crocs. Okay, This is going to be our mules for a little bit. Did I move this stuff over already? No. So let's go move our beeswax and animal fat into the kitchen. From our little survival house. It's going to be so different once this thing is fully torn down. Actually, what am I doing that for? Let's just break it. Easiest solution. Then we will seal these with wax, probably. Wax is just a lot easier for us at the moment to do. But yeah. Okay, so this is honey. The shift click going to hotbar sometimes is just really annoying. And this is animal fat. Alright. And we'll throw these up here in the cabinets. Okay, do I have a bowl? I don't think so up here, so it might still be in the house. Without that, it becomes pretty hard to eat stuff. Is it here? No. No. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I have some bowls. Good, good. Good, 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 good. Yes, yes. Food, 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 food. Now. Upstairs. I mean, this is really just a bunch of carrots, but that's okay. Interesting, I can't place that there. That's fine. Who needs food? True. Let's go get some wine. How's it going, General? I see that Expanded Foods and Culinary Artillery is slowly getting to the latest release. So we'll have to stand up a test and update all the mods and figure it out. Boy. Okay. So let's get some packed dirt so we can start laying out kind of some storage rooms at the castle. A little bit. So 3 tall is going to be the wall. Yep. Oh my lord. Can't wait until these are rooms and stuff that are lit, so Jeffs don't spawn here anymore. And then we'll have a real defensive structure one day. Okay. So let's do this for now. Just kind of look at it almost like one big flat and open courtyard out here. Which I could do. I could make this all one courtyard. In about 2 weeks or so, start using 3 weeks of PTO off and on, so if I have some time to get a text box built for you, cool. I appreciate it. No rush on my end, you know. I'm happy to play on the current version for now, too. So, you enjoy your days off if you have them. Yeah, let's just do a bigger courtyard, I think. This will be the inner Bailey. Great hall here. Yep, sure. Great. I could just do the entrance to the storage here. Could also do the corner. Let's do the corner, make a 3 tall door. I think I'm fine with that. Go ahead and level this out. Three weeks or lose it all? Yeah. I sit at cap. So I'm sitting at 200 hours of PTO right now, and I've just been kind of trickling it a little bit, using the occasional day off because we don't accrue over cap anymore. Not at our company. We used to. What would be nice is if I can fit the staircase here. Come out to a landing. Why are you sideways, bro? I also could come up here. I could do that. Stun locked. Alright, cool. Could also have it start here. Honestly, just need to get everything onto the same plane with no walls separating them and stuff. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do this. That sucked. God, snow has been glitchy since 1.20 came out. Hasn't it? Alright, what happened down there? What happened down here? Kind of a big nothing burger. Some sort of maybe staircase there. Alright, here we go. A nice flat surface to build off of. Ow. Very rude, whoever threw that. So very rude. Deck. Kind of like part of the courtyard getting raised up to here and stuff. It's kind of cool. And then dodge. Big dodge. Let me look at a picture real quick. Let's see. I think this is a Norman keep. Of a style. Okay. I could have a little gatehouse that acts as a way up into the first floor and then the ground floor. So if I wanted to keep this centered, let's say I want the door here, right? So we do something like that. That's pathway, and then wall. See, now we're interfering the entrance to the Great Hall. Because the Great Hall is almost like an add-on, in a way. So I have to keep it 2 wide. Maybe we'll do 2.5. Or 1.5 in terms of actual walking space. Could also turn it. Get out of here. Freaking. I have so many Jeffs, they're in the way. Could turn it. Gonna come up here, go this way, and then up. This transition kind of sucks. So maybe not. Could use this as your step up to here, and then you turn. Oh my god. Jeffs, please. Please, man. Go back into your holes. Does the Great Hall need a symmetrical doorway like that? What if... Trying to lay out different options. I think the easiest thing to do is to actually have the first floor just go through the storage. It makes the courtyard the most open. So if you bump out the doorway, sound like we have a 3 wide kind of path up to here, which makes it a little annoying. Gate. I'm assuming we have a 3 by something. Isn't there a 3 by gate? 3x or by. No. Everything's 2x on that. And, okay. We might have to make a chiseled door then. I guess. But we'll just say that doorway here. Half block, full block. And then we just go immediately into a staircase up to the first level, I suppose. Kind of feels like I'm laying out the wizard's tower again. Half, half, half. Come up here. Half. And that will get us to the first level. Problem is the servants' quarters there. We got some more dirt. More dirt's required. Just got to be careful because space is prime real estate in here. This is going to need some sort of fancier kind of arch thing for a doorway. The wall's going to go here for blah blah. Right. Boom. Double wide. This could go straight to servant's quarter, maybe. Half block, full block. I have to see how that works out. Servants' quarters. Go on down. Okay. So this is the storage area. Let me go down to the larder and see how much room we need to make storage rooms and stuff. So a room like this, which could fit, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, dude, come on. A fair amount of chests. You know, really the room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6, I think. So the first thing is a kind of barrel vault like area, which will probably need to come down into a 1x1 doorway, but that doesn't seem wide enough. This is the problem about working with odd sizes. It's easier if we just go straight into staircase and keep it the same width of everything up to the first level, because then I can hopefully kind of reset widths and spaces back to an even count. That just means we're going to have 2 storage areas, essentially. It takes up so much room, though. Could recenter everything by taking a half block here and a half block here. So it's really only a 2 wide gap, but it's just centered on an odd space. But that requires custom doors, which is fine. And then this 2 wide staircase would make more sense. Alright, I'll commit to that. Ugh. So much work. 1 second, chat. Okay, I'm back. That's when trick-or-treaters show up. One, two, three. 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. All right, this will be the first little storeroom. This will be some sort of large storage area, and then back in here we can just do a standard vault. Just a barrel vault, and just have chests and stuff along here for storage. I think that's fine. And that'll probably be it. Like, this isn't as much storage as I probably thought it would be, but it's better than nothing. But we also need to star this out, kind of like that. Lose a little bit of space, but that's fine. back in here, I could... come off into another, like, turn it, if I wanted to. That would give us some more space, down this way at least. Which could be handy. And again, the goal for this area is just raw materials. Just store your raw materials so that, you know, everything is kind of a little bit more centrally located than what I normally do. Okay, so you can come in here, you go left, you go upstairs, boom. You go left again into the servants' quarters. Up here, this is technically the Lord Solar. But that might be up one more floor in my mind. And what might actually go here is maybe like a kind of a foyer-ish space with access to the first floor of the tower, the mage tower back here. Still iffy if this is actually going to be the mage tower. It's a little on the small side. Fill all this in, chat. All of it needs filled. Don't want monsters spawning within the walls. That would be just annoying noisemakers all the time. Let's see how the carrots are holding up. Fresh for 7 days, 95 days, 103 days. That's not bad for using ingredients that are mostly spoiled. Carrot soup. But I kind of like the openness of this courtyard. And I like how the Great Hall is going to feel more like a addition to. Like this might be the original keep. And then they expanded and added a small bailey. And then expanded into an outer bailey eventually. And then a third edition of the new Great Hall. Right? A little bit more narrative-like. Maybe the kitchen, the final kitchen was added when they made the first inner bailey here. Something like that. Alright, let me put some of this andesite stone away. Oh, this is why I need more storage. Is my rubble bin, does it have free storage in here? Nope. No, it does not. Well. Yeah, better crate. Let me just start making some better crates here. So I need some chests with some labels on them. Or really, they don't need the labels. So boards and boards and boards. Boards upon boards. Better crate. I don't think they care about wood type. So that's good. I'll just use pine. to get some boards here. You do need to do something to lower the barrier to push the like button on an Uthris stream. The shields are down. If people want to go ahead and engage the photon lasers, they are technically able to. Where is my saw? In my inventory. How's it going, Gallon? Always enjoy your awesome punny stuff that you do in Dirties and Lumberjack stream. Pretty rare for you to swing over here. All of next week is PTO time? That's not even for Thanksgiving. Okay, maybe 16 logs will be enough boards to get at least a few of these made. So let me do chests. Wait, chests require nails and strips now, don't they? Oh, they sure do. They sure do, bud. I'll just blacksmith up some new ones. I think that's fine. Oh, hide the UI. A lot of wasted ingot. Using 2. One day I'll actually get bits back from blacksmithing. I'm assuming 1 ingot with the ability to teleport. Still, yeah, nah, this is not enough. I can tell, yeah. Will always require 2. Even with X skills. Hey, General, what's your thoughts on never having X skills again on our servers? And going back, I want to go back to more of a custom class thing. I think it's better. Alright, so 16 chests. And then I need some cloth, right? Yep. As long as it's not changed mid-season, but I'll miss some smithing perks. Yeah, no, I agree. Like I'll miss some things from it for sure. And it wouldn't be mid this season, no. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. Better crates. Yeah, I really need to reload this area. I just need to run away from haunts and come back. Sometimes chisel blocks have a tendency to fade out of existence. Alright, so main entrance, come up through here. Boom, 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 boom. This will be a half block tall ceiling, like a wooden ceiling through here, and then we're gonna get into like another doorway with a centered on vault. Okay, yep, good. Alright, I'm just throwing some stuff, some storage in here because we need it. Let's pop that out. That's fine. I need to repair. Yes. Let's go ahead and repair all of our clothes. Get them in a good spot. Leftover linen. And it's the 20th of March. I should really think about planting. So, most important thing, of course, still is kind of flax. You just need it to maintain your clothes, and flax is just a process-heavy crop. So let's go get some flax seeds. Check this out. We got hefty. We're pretty close to getting back into the gigantic flax. Gigantic. Ultra mega flax. Might do 2 flax harvests this year. The smelt grain from last year is still sitting there to be processed down, so we don't need to plant any other grains. You doing anything fun for the holidays, General, with like the fam? Or the stepdaughter or anything like that? Alright, so we're good there. Staying around home and relaxing. That's fine. I mean, it wasn't even too long ago that you guys did the whole Disney World trip anyways. Smack. Smack. Okay, so winter crop. It's a good winter crop. Carrots are usually pretty good, right? Yeah, carrots and parsnips. So we'll go ahead and plant those. Parsnip, parsnip, parsnip. It's back in May, plus need to cover. Yeah. That's a 7K trip for you guys? Whew! Pretty crazy for being in country. I'm hoping my next Japan visit is... it's hopefully around that. Let me just go look at my temperature chart. It's been a while. March 20th. So this is almost late March. In temperature, mid is -10. End of March is -8. So yeah, this is getting to my limit. If we have an extremely cold day, might be planning a touch soon. Whatever, commit. Look, you know, sometimes you just gotta commit. We had some special meals, and it was 8 days, and plus the parks, and we stayed at a moderate resort. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting because like a vacation visiting another country is generally like, yeah, you want to see some sights, but you're not going to like a resort like thing, and your hotels are like, you try and find like reasonable hotels. You're not paying like a resort fee. So, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I'm hoping to spend... We're going to be there for, what, 2 weeks? Okay, calculator, why are you... Can you just... What is, what's the button to... That? Yes. Why is that not dragging over here? Okay. New desktop? Desktop 2? Holy cow, I can do that? Alright, move that over there. Can I close a desktop? Holy cow, I can! I never play around with Windows Tab often. Okay. Yeah, so if I spend 120 bucks, you know, I'm looking at 1680 just for hotels, plus about 2K for my flight, plus about 1K for trains and transportation. So it's about 5K, I guess, for just that for me. And then I'll bring about $1,000 for spending money type deal. So for me to go to Japan, it's about 6 to 7. And that's just me. But Ashley will just have to cover her flight there. And then, you know, any spending money that she wants to do. Or shipping in other ways type stuff. Alright, well. We got the first winter crops planted. That's pretty good. We take that. That's a victory. And then Raptor's going to Japan on this weekend, so that's pretty cool for him. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Slurp. Is this sad? The main reason I want to upgrade my game is just so I can eat food off the storage shelf directly. Also, what's this do if I... Okay, it adds another 3 hours. You guys done with your awesome server migrations, General? Okay, this year, yes. Another one next year, and then final one by mid-2027. How haunted is this castle on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, considering there hasn't been any major tragedies in a unbuilt castle yet, I would say very unhaunted. So, a solid 1. Unless you want to count all the deaths that I've had from like falling off the towers and stuff by accident. In which case, a 2. Alright, I need to finish the brick floor in here, but I also need to get started on this whole frickin' thing. I'm gonna look at something. I'm gonna start the arch using just packed dirt, just to make sure I get the scale shape right. I was like, why did I hear a cow in Schedule 1? And then remember you have cows in VS, yes. Alright, so this little guy. Shape only. Boop. Nope. Actually, no, that is actually the correct one. Yeah, I mean, you never know what you're going to find in Schedule 1, so. It could be the cow patch. It could have happened. Is going to be problematic. The floor above, I think. Ooh. We'll have to see. Let's see how much we can chisel through that. Ooh. Not good, if it's that. So we only got 2 voxels to work with there? I mean, that's possible. At least I could carve something. The main issue is the groin vault. The groin vault doesn't actually fully seal like the barrel vault we made. Like this little spot is kind of just 1 voxel thick, I think. No, it's 2. Okay, so it does connect. Okay, good. So yes, we can have the groin vault and still carve like a wood floor 1 voxel thin right above this. Okay, we'll take it in terms of size. Ugh, never know what you're gonna get sometimes, man. Alright, so we need aged andesite and limestone ashlar blocks for this. We do not have much ashlar. In fact, we don't have any, really. Get out of here. How about aged andesite? We only got 5 of this left. This requires andesite cobblestone, which is not that bad to do. Okay, and then this. Chisel. Okay, so that's the aged andesite ashlar. And now we need to get some limestone bricks, which I think is this tool. And we need 8 stacks of this, huh? A little bit more than 8, but that's okay. Just wanted to make sure I would have enough. We do. Bop, bop. Throw this in here. Bop, bop. Put this back in here. Doop, doop. This away. Put this away too. And then paste, shape, and materials. So this is actually going to be the doorway part, so it actually starts here. And then when it turns, we're going to need a half groin kind of deal. We'll see what that looks like when we get there, I guess. Okay. Can you guys just, like, chill? I mean, okay, you're actually freezing, so I guess you guys are chilling, but maybe not so literally. One second. Be right back, chat. I'm back. Is the intent here a defensive castle, a residence castle, or a King Ludwig style prestige castle? Well, it is a bit of a mix. I would say it is a... The keep itself is a primary residence. Defensive-wise, I'd say it's better than a Mont and Bailey, for sure. But it's, I would say, primary residential, almost estate, like a manor kind of castle and keep. Small retinue, small number of staff for the actual castle. The addition of the Great Hall kind of pushes it a little bit more to the luxury side eventually, but this probably started out as a heavily more defensible and just, you know, a lord's keep. What the? Stop. Get some help. Alright, well, let's go see. I can't wait. I need to destroy this at some point, but it needs to stay there until we get some internal vaultings upstairs. This vault style and these block types are good, but they also are only going to be for like the storage stuff. So the upstairs will have hopefully a different look to it. As long as it's a Disney. No. It's not a Disney castle. It is not that. Disney castles are really palaces. They're not really. I got hiccups. I don't know why. Why do I get that? Body, chill. So yeah, we're gonna have to have some sort of groin going across here. I don't know how that's gonna end up looking. Need food again. Why did I go outside? The problem when you're living in like a building that isn't fully constructed and you're kind of piecing it together and it's not like built in the normal survival sense, I tend to get lost in pathing. So like I went down here and then up the staircase over there just to get into the kitchen when I could have just walked inside. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. I mean, I could just wall this off. I don't need to do... I could just have it be a square room in here, maybe. That'd be so much easier. Yeah, let's just do that. This. And then... Here. Okay. Yep. All right. I have a gap of 3, which is kind of interesting. I would have to... Let's go downstairs and see if I already solved for that texture-wise. No. Well, actually, what about here? Okay, I do have a gap one, which is nice. The problem, like, I don't know if I need to start saving these shapes or not for later. I really don't know. Tell you what, it might be best to just do that, that. Because it's a heavier... What's above here is actually kind of heavy. Like, really heavy. And of course I get a temporal storm going on. Hey, that's fine, right? Yeah, let's do that. I kind of like the doubles. It's kind of cool. Okay, cool. We got, so this will fit a decent amount of storage on here, and then I will, I don't know if I want to bump that back or not, or maybe make this accessible from a different way. Because in theory, too, I can come into here and make more storage eventually. Alright, I'm like leaning way too far back in my chair. That's not good for my lower back. Staircase up and then over? Or just walk up here? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. I will need to refigure the servants' quarter a bit, I think. Actually, no, this is probably still right. Maybe some more rooms up this way. Now, if this is going to be a foyer, then maybe some sort of dignitary room here for like guests or something like that. And then this over this way will be the staircase to go up another floor to like the actual solar for the Lord. And then up above here would be like the Castellan rooms too and things. This tower might end up getting a little bit taller. Like maybe another whole other floor onto it. I also need to think of how where the chapel might go. These normally come with those, and I wouldn't mind a chapel to Dave. All praise Dave. Praise Dave. Yeah, pancake. How'd these do in the first night they were planted? Pretty good. I need to remember to come over here and break the ice, though. Otherwise... things will dry out. And I definitely don't want that. I need to make more mortar, it looks like. Here soon. Alright, so the temporal storm's gonna happen in a moment. So let's head up into the kitchen. Which will probably be where we brave it out a little bit. Just sealing this thing off. All the way in an interim fashion. This room is still a little big, so I might end up setting more in the pantry area, but we'll see. All right, I need 16 of these to turn into the uneven, which requires mortar, because of course it does. Okay. And then I need to make them aged. So that or hammer? Maybe hammer. Okay. This is what I've had to do in this whole floor. Bit at a time. The moment you start chiseling floor blocks and the top texture is different from the bottom texture, like, it'd be easy to do like copy and paste, but the problem with that is the support beams that are underneath this floor can't really be copied and pasted too easily, so I kind of have to do this by hand. Like this. Which is fine. I think the effect's worth it. This may be the only room in the castle that's bricked, has a brick floor like this, though. I'm not 100% sure yet. My gut is kind of telling me that's going to be the case, though, but we'll see. That actually... I don't need to do that corner. And the only reason I have to do this is because the cabinets are a little bit inset, so you can still see the wood underneath them. Okay. I have the exact amount of bricks here, which is good. There we go. A nice floor for us. This will probably get changed from wood to some sort of stone, if I had to guess. I'm unsure though. And then I'll have to put like a stone kind of separation there too. Look at the cool, the nice gentle snowflakes blowing their way in through this little window and opening. Oh wait, I still have servings left of this thing? Must have been a cooking talent that made extra. My bad. Guess we'll just eat out of that one next. Because it's only good for 7.5 hours. This one's good for almost 80 real hours. Let's see how this wooden floor works out too. Probably gonna use oak for that as well, if I had to guess. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if I just lay down the oak logs first so that all the bark is running the correct way, I can Chisel the shape in one, replace the upper texture with the planks, and then copy it all the way through. Of course. Guess we're gonna sit inside for a bit. I also want to look at applying some wallpaper in the what's it called? I would have thought they were all called wallpaper, but maybe not. Yeah, wallpaper. It's not listing all the wallpapers, which is interesting. We'll have to look at the trader at some point, I guess. A lot of Jeffs. Dirty really gonna be playing Arc Raiders right now. I would have figured he would have been like trick-or-treating with the kid or something today. Maybe their times are different. Maybe their times are different. Also, I'm gonna move that. Mainly just wonky walls. That's a vintage story. That is true. Cows just sound awful. Sound awful. Maybe he already went. I don't know. I feel like his kid's kind of older-ish. Or at least maybe old enough to want to go with friends. But I don't know. I guess it wasn't until like middle school where we were just kind of like running around like on our own. At least in my hometown. Alright, let's try and get this oak tree again. Tell you what, one thing I will miss from X Skills is the fact that I glow at night. I do hope eventually in the native game there will be like a A backpack with a lantern attachment or something like that. I don't know why something like that doesn't already exist, but I guess they just want you to use the offhand slot for it, kind of like as a tactical choice thing, which is fine. But I think a small backpack light would be cool and very useful. Like maybe the backpack light is only as bright as a candle or two. You know, just enough to like see in the dark, but not really much more. Okay. So we're gonna do that. Oh my god. Can we just not? Thank you. And then we need to replace that half with just the plank, whatever default plank is gonna slot in there for this. Don't have my saw on me. Really, I should use half slab. I can get away with more of that. Nice, the bond is running the correct way for the beam placement. Alright. Let's see if copy paste works. Oh, thank God. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so that means go ahead and we need a bunch of more oak and some half slabs. That'll be good. I'll only take it to here because I don't know what I'm doing with the fireplaces yet. I'm pretty sure. Why are there so many freaking Jeffs, man? You guys hungry or something? Like, the temporal storm's over. Come back next season. But yeah, I may end up doing some sort of custom oven fronts on this. So if I look at a medieval oven, I guess maybe bakery. Actually, it might be more Victorian. Maybe late medieval oven. I was expecting to see something less clay pizza oven looking to something a little bit more stone. But I'm not. So I might be thinking of a more Victorian. Yeah, I'm thinking something a little bit more Victorian, I guess. How do we join the community server? You have to be a member of the YouTube channel. So like a paid, whatever tier member you would want to be. And then be on our Discord. Link your Discord plus your YouTube account together. And then you'll eventually see the announcements channel on our Discord once that kind of updates. And you'll see the password and server information there. I hope that makes sense as to what I described or read. The paywall for the community server is just kind of there to kind of keep the griefers at bay. You know, you don't want to make a completely free server or anything like that. We've never had a problem yet, but the moment that there is a problem, then I'll have to do is consider some sort of whitelisting process in addition to the paywall, which will be a whole other thing. Let's see, what's the temperature? -6 right now? Yeah, be cool, man. Be cool. Hey, stop it. Hey, General, if you're still around, I might have, if the test goes well, upgrading the server to 1.21. Since a lot of people are kind of not around as much, I might encourage the more immersive mods stuff again. I'm freaking dying because there's a portal down there. But I need all this lumber. Llama Samurai, where are you? Get out of here. Scary thing is this Halloween is missing an Uthris stream, so remember to push the like button and subscribe. Yeah, Uthris streams are starting to become a little rare, huh? Stuff in there. And then boom. Boy, getting a lot of sticks. I'm the chase streams? What does that mean? Like I'm like a tornado and you guys are storm chasers or something? Like They're rare, like a kind of like a snowflake. Each one unique in its own little way. Oh, I'm a limited edition foil print. Okay. I'll take it. Okay. I'll have to think of ways to kind of connect these beams down a little bit. Or maybe I don't have to, but we'll see what I end up doing with it. I have to start on this tower soon, which I still don't know how I'm going to connect around. I mean, technically the ceiling just continues on, doesn't it? Let me go get some more packed dirt. And we'll keep kind of laying out rooms and things. It'll be easier just once I have everything marked. Boom, 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 boom. That wall will get filled in. This wall will get filled in. This is gonna go over this way. Stop it! Stop it! No soliciting. Dick! They're everywhere. Nope. Stop. There's once you're getting into a build like this, where you're kind of like creating a bunch of dark corridors, kind of by accident, you're inviting Jeff spawns and stuff. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Have I leveled anything up? Nope. Yeesh. Yeesh. One little snowstorm. Those will probably just get backfilled and kind of. So we have a little offshoot here, which maybe I should just put the entrance to the servants' quarters down a little bit. Now, this could be the foyer, and then this could be its own space. Or this back area could be its own space. This could be like a connecting area. Who did that? Really, I need to spend some time and get the walls up a little bit higher. And this tower here could be a privy. Or I can make this tower a privy. I think I'll make this tower a privy. I think. Let's go get some food. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. This is such an undescript map. Like, I can't tell anything that's going on here outside this wall section. Minecraft has taught me anything, building in dirt. As you ponder things over, is an important thing to do. Kinda keeps it grounded. So this is the wall that connects these two areas. So I could make that a room. I don't know what kind of room, but a room potentially. The problem with this staircase is the requirement for that railing. It's going to eat into some real estate. I'm thinking here will be the main staircase to go up to the next floor, which will start. I want every floor to be 2.5 tall, right? Or should I do 3.5? 3.5 might be just better. It gives me more, like, leeway with certain things. So that means the next floor is here. Three and a half. Yeah, we might end up getting enough verticality off this that we don't need to increase the floor. Or how many floors this thing's gonna have. Maybe. Oh, hi. Jesus, you slap. Slap the crap out of me. So this first floor that we're standing on here, which is technically the second floor, but this is going to have narrow windows, very defensible windows and things. The next floor is going to have a little bit of a bigger window potentially on it, and the top floor will have the most regal of the windows, I think. Just to keep things a little defensible. It's crazy to me, like this gatehouse here. I don't know how much we're going to be able to see much of the castle over this gatehouse, or the keep. I'll have to figure how that works out too. And then, of course, we will have some sort of defensive crenellation at the very top of the keep. I'm tempted to have this not connect back to the keep. One, two, three. Like if I build the servants' quarters kind of out here, like this, kind of gives us a potential loft opportunity. And I'm a big fan of lofts. And then we could just have a low pitch section of roof right here. It's gonna be a spiral. It's gonna be a spiral. Nope. Haven't missed that jump in a little while. Try again. Stop crawling out of my dungeons. Good, It's a pretty large footprint of a building, isn't it? Glad I went with the small build. This small? I can't tell if it's sarcasm or not. I mean, honestly, compared to like Athenia or something like that, it is small. It's very contained. Because, like, you know, if you go to Athenia, I mean, they... in terms of total area and number of buildings... And then this tower back here may end up being taller than the keep. May. Don't know. Yet. These towers out here in the Great Hall, honestly, not going to be any taller than the Gatehouse towers, which will probably finish off around this height. About the same height as that one. These might end up being chiseled into more roundish towers, maybe? Unsure. And then this little courtyard area, I don't know what I'm doing down here just yet. Let's just square this off. Okay. I only have a 4 wide vault created. I should probably vault this. Though I'm worried it's not going to interact with the staircase up very well. I'm still tempted to try and put the staircase out here to get up into the keep and leave this all storage, you know? It just would be easier. To have that first staircase outside. If I do that, I might have to move this door over. I don't know. This is a vote for you guys. Should I have the entrance into the keep outside in like a little wooden staircase, which is technically proper? It can do that. Or have it come up from the storage down below? I'm just losing square footage on the interior with this giant cut. I don't know what I would do in here now then. If I did that, I could do... Could almost just fit chests like this in here. This is why having a plan's important, chat. Could just have little pockets for additional storage and stuff. Sure, it looks a little crippy, but that's fine. I could do the same thing on this side. And I could even have a storage nook like that as well. Let's get rid of this again. If I'm doing that, I'm going to commit to the 2x3 door when you come up here. And then we just have a staircase like that. That'll work very similar to the one attached to the kitchen, I guess. So you can come up and do that. I might push, if I'm doing that, no, I'm gonna do this then. I'm gonna make this all the same level. And the kitchen will be its own little step-up thing. Which will need its own thoughts. Oh, okay. Aggressive. In fact, I can do this. And the doorway in is still centered on the gatehouse. And I can still do a custom door. I could still do a custom door on both of these, honestly. Oh boy. Doesn't that just make it a lot more open? Just already? You come in, staircase to the next floor can be just back here. Boom. Go across, up, go across, up. This could be the Castellan's office, then to the servants' areas on this side. Middle is just foyery. I mean, I could just add the staircase too onto this tower to get up to the next floors also. I could also get added onto that tower down there, and we could have more potential offices this way. Nope. Phone. Let me see something. We'll just try it here first. Oh, we need debarked logs for that. Oof. Alright, well I'll just paste shape then and just kind of take a look. If I use this method. Email. Let's do 1.25, the width. Feels reasonable. Two, three. See, then I did a landing, so that's a little awkward. This one wouldn't do a landing here. I'd go up one more. That it? One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 2 up, 2 up. Yeah, that's it. Correct. And then this would probably just get chiseled down and planed. That's fine. Oop. Don't want to do that. And then inside. Mm-hmm. And unlike the ramp that's from the kitchen, like how this is all wood, I think the support here is going to be stone, with probably stone slats and everything. And then a custom doorway here, custom doorway here. I might even still have like an extra frame around this in stone. So maybe a tall arch, and then the door. I don't know yet on that. I'll have to figure that one out. See, it's a lot easier to just copy an existing castle than to come up with your own. And then it's gonna be its own thing, man. What I need to do, I think, a big progress milestone for us is to get the stone on these outer kind of walls on this first whole floor done. Like all of it. Well, at least all the rough stone placed now, like all the stuff. Because, oh my god, I'm dying. Food. That did nothing. Yeah, I'll be able to just come up here from the keep, come down into the kitchens if I want to, across the courtyard into the Great Hall. That's not a bad pathing, in my opinion. It's interesting. It's not bad. And I might even be able to squeeze in like a staircase, like a Lord's entrance into the Great Hall by like having a staircase back here that'll let me come down from this level into the Great Hall. And so, in reality, this staircase, the king, or lord, or me, I guess that's me. Is that me? I don't think anyone voted for me. Can really enter the keep just by going through the Great Hall, having a meal, and then going bloop bloop, going up that way. Which means actually the floor is going to be just here. I don't need that extra step up into it. I might have like a half step. Maybe. Maybe. Kind of want to carve a small arch into this. Paste shape only. What if I do that? And then I might do the same wooden thing from below. Oh my god, oh my god. Why are there so many of you guys? Oh, no, 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 no. Ah! Why? Would this be an add shape? I guess so. What's gonna happen though? Okay, we'll make it out of stone. That's not like the worst thing. Why does it feel like I've gotten nothing done? It's because I'm just building in dirt still. Here you go. Give me these smooth stones, and I think I'll finally do this. Boom, 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 boom. I should have it on the halves. monsters spawning in here. Okay, so I'm thinking I need like I want to put candles down this corridor thing. That's what I want to do. Because dramatic, I guess. Also, with enough candles, it'll keep things from spawning down this tube, which is good. So I want to decide on what needs to go down here, and I need to make a tall arch, 1 block wide. It's almost like a pointed arch here. So first things first, I'm gonna take off 1 nodule. And then the arch itself, I think the stone that's above this should really be the top of it. The flat plane, if that makes sense. Or maybe not. Maybe I can get away with just 1 here. Kind of like that. Bloop. Need more smooth stone. Though I kind of want to use dry stone for the bottom thing that the candle's gonna sit on. So dry stone, dry stone, dry stone, dry stone, dry stone, dry stone, dry stone. Maybe a limestone topper on it. Oh, that would be pretty. Let's do this. Chisel, chisel, chisel. We be chiseling. Boy, this larder is getting more and more crypt-like, huh? Really is. Could, in theory, also do a nature scene in the back of each one of these. Some crops or something. That way it's a little less crypt and more food storage. I don't know. I think the back of this, I might end up doing limestone brick instead. I think that'll be a better texture. want to carve anything into here too. Let's try it. I know not. This might be getting a little too fancy if I start doing that. Let's find some ashlar block out of limestone and see how that looks. I'm just gonna commit to it. Because in theory, I can still set other things on here, like baskets. I think. Oh, that's cool. Kind of comes out into the outside a little bit. Yeah, that'll... Yeah, we have to see how we're gonna do that. Let's make some candles and see how it looks on here and how bright it is. I think, boy, how many candles am I gonna need? I think I'll probably do like 2 to 3 candles on each item just for some variety's sake. I'm so glad it's springtime and food's gonna start growing again. Okay, it's -6. Maybe it's not quite gonna be growing again just yet. I need to go break our ice out. I need to hop on haunts and ride away from the base for a bit and come back, because I'm just still getting those chisel blocks kind of glitch where things kind of despawn. Just gonna ride over to the clay pit, I guess. And then ride back, see if that helps. Could make it worse. If it makes it worse, we have to relog. Hans, why did you hit me, bro? Yes, very good. Sheep and goats are fine here. Alright, good. Castle's despawned from my view, so we'll run back over to it. And hopefully that fixes some of that stuff. Womp, 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 womp. Splish splash. Alright. Is part of my roof back now? It is. Good. Alright. Time to make the candles like I wanted now. Can I make it in this? No, it'll make it a residue covered metal pot. Okay, I do not want to do that. That would be a mistake. Let's just make 32 candles. My inventory is a disaster zone. I don't care about that stuff. Don't care about you. That'll help. Alright, where is this sentry at? Is he down here? Oh, cool. I think cooking applies to candle making. I got an extra candle out of that one. That's pretty cool. One, 2, 3, 1. Really? Another? Two, 1, 4. I need to get a couple braziers in here, or at least maybe lantern over this, and then a couple wall braziers here. Ah, yes, of course. No, wrong pot. Oh, so I have nothing on that one. Candle. What's the light level on a basic candle? I forget. Is it like 7 or something like that? 6? It's pretty low. Okay, no rank ups, that's fine. Okay, cool. That makes this thing a little bit more bearable. I still kind of want to smooth out this staircase. I could chisel a little bit out of this still. Just want to see how much this smooths this out in terms of walking on it. Oh, that's a lot smoother, yeah. Actually, I can just copy shape, right? I can do the same thing on those. Yeah, that's fine. It's about as smooth as you can get in a block game, basically. Ba ba. Man, why didn't I do this sooner? Awesome. Awesome. Alright, I might end up doing the ceiling off stream. Basically, I'm going to use probably ashlar andesite for the ceiling all the way down. I could also technically use the aged ashlar, but I'll have to see. But that'll actually finally freaking finish this hallway, and then I'll need to kind of seal up the floor a little bit in this room. Also, do I have another lantern at all around? I don't think I do. I had to make another one, I guess. Alright, so kitchen floor turned out pretty good. Actually, I have some direction on the storage and the castle now, which will be nice. This growing vault will need to be put together. And then courtyard, you know, we can have like maybe a fountain here, or maybe just some grass and some shrubs. Maybe even here. And here, some planters, and then the staircase. The staircase might go away. I might just leave this as green space, and then this one is how you get up into both towers. Still need to do a lot of work in the kitchen in terms of the oven chiseling. Need to finish this thing out. Oh, so much. I did not realize it would just be... I should have realized it would have been taking me forever to do all this. Forever and a day. Okay, well, tell you what, chat. I think I am gonna go ahead and end this stream here. I have to pick up Ashley here in a short little while, and there's some chores I need to get done this Friday evening. Might stream again tomorrow. I don't know if we'll be streaming Vintage Story or something else. It kind of depends on what the crew's doing. If everyone's playing Battlefield 6, I might hop on that. If everyone's playing Ark and they have room, I might hop on that. If there's no room or other people are playing games I do not have or not interested in, then we'll just pop back into Vintage Story. Which is totally fine. And then probably no stream on Sunday. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the stuff, feel free to subscribe to get notified when we go live. Hit that like button, all that fun stuff. Let me set up a little redirect here. We'll see who's streaming. Alright, go say hi to Dirty. Give him a new woo in chat when you get there. Appreciate it. See you guys soon.